had a lovely day, and I hope everybody's in fine fettle, and I do hope that you all got something wonderfully planned for the weekend. And I also want to say welcome to my bit of a Friday frolic, and I hope we have good laughs and good hilarity as we go through, let's just say, through the week, this week of what's been happening in the news. And let's just say hello, see who's in the chat. And can I just say, let's get myself all organised. Yes, good evening, my hello, my running mate, Billy Kershaw. Hello, my VP. We've got great ratings, so great. And look at my fingers. Look at my fingers, strong fingers. They're hard. Good afternoon, Stephen Bank here. Who would have thought I'd be once more frolicking about the house and loving it? Glad to hear it, my friend. I'm so glad. You might think, no, professional, you're clever and underestimate your talent. Well, thank you. I really appreciate that. Thank you. And good afternoon, Mad Monk. On one of my moderator. Couldn't be more happy to have couldn't get a better moderator than my good friend Mad Monk. Good evening, my friend. I hope you're well. And if we want to see a good professional, we have Reagan Elite, and I'm sure that my good friend Reagan Elite will have a fantastic live stream later on tonight. So if you're not subscribed to Reagan Elite's channel, what you doing with your lives? You're missing out on a treat. But anyway. Oh dear. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, my good friend. Your voice is bang up for today. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, my good friend, Reagan Elite. And I know how you feel, because I say the last day or two I've been a bit under the weather. I had the sniffles, and one of my videos, when I was doing one of my videos, I was talking like this. You remember that old advert, where that guy goes up to the train station for his ticket. Could I have a return ticket to Nottingham, please? That's what I sounded like, and quite clear. And clearly somebody picked it out and noticed and says, have you got a bunged up nose? Because you sound like you could have said a return ticket to Nottingham. But anyway, but I do hope you get well, my friend. And my beautiful daughter in the audience. Good evening, my beautiful daughter. Hope you've had a good day today. And another one of my fantastic moderators. Good evening, Alistair Kerr. Hope you're very, very well. And Stephen Binning. Good afternoon. Hope you're well, and hope you're ready for a fantastic, wonderful channel. Yes, thank you, Alistair. Alistair there. If you haven't subscribed to Reagan Elite's channel, he's left a link in the channel. Good evening, wake up and smell the rosemaries. I hope you're very, very well, and welcome to my Friday frolic. But anyway, I hope everybody has a wonderful weekend too. But anyway, let's just start with the events that's happened. I can't remember what it was earlier on, but our orange one, he decided to do a bit of a promo ad, where he joins the working class. Look at me, I'm working class. I'm so working class now. I even know how to work the fryer. I turned up and spare respect to McDonald's. They hired a convicted felon for all of 20 minutes, whatever. But hello, clog dancing raver. I hope you're very, very well. Yes, exactly. I always thought. Yeah, yes, and yes, they do have a clown. But Oh, why does he look like Gordon Ramsay gone wrong? Let's bear that name in mind later on. But yes, he decided to do a bit of a promo to say he's down with the ordinary folk. Now, I found it very, very interesting, and I'll let you know the reason why after I watch this little clip.
Put it into there, salt, and then
Could they have some? Looks good, huh? These are definitely fresh. The good thing, they're definitely fresh.
Can you take a step back, sir? And then
Pull.
exactly, and we're gonna hook it right onto there.
Okay. Shake a little bit.
Now you don't gotta shake it, just hook it right onto there. And then we're gonna bring this handle up toward the sky, so that way it's
Look at him handling it like a pro.
And then that's good. We're gonna bring them over directly to this one. Very good.
Look how working class he is.
See if you can touch that sucker. I don't think so.
Now we're gonna bring that basket far right, all the way over to the right, and hang it right up there. And then we got another pull timer. We gotta hit that timer. Bring that one up. I'm gonna take care of these.
Okay.
Right there, right there.
Look how they've cleanly done it, make him look like he knows exactly what he's doing.
Then we put that right far right, hang it right up there. And then
Yes. Now he's. Hope he got his certificate and his Friar of the Month badge nicely popped up on it in his back walls, saying, "Look what I got, Melania. I'm Friar of the Month. I'm top friar. Look, I even got a certificate as well, saying I'm now a certified friar." Yes, and. And the thing is, I don't know if anybody's watched the whole episode, but I have to say, if you were somebody who's born down a well, who's not watched much of Donald Trump, and you've just heard the news that he's this and that and the other and really, really bad, and if you watched it, you would think, well, this is not the person that I've been hearing about. As far as I can tell, he seemed quite rational and sane and a bit joking. He's there down with the plebs in the proletariat. Get me teeth in. A little bit odd is the Secret Service guy, watching on just in case somebody tries to attack him with the friar. But I found it, you could, if you didn't know anything about him, you'd think there's something quite endearing and jokey to him. But like we all know that as he was doing it, handing out the free food, there were some people, would you be happy to raise the minimum wage? And he just waffled on about, oh, I saw something so beautiful. The friar is so beautiful. That's the reason. He was so amazing. And just waffled on onto another tangent, and he never made anything about saying, yes, these hard-working Americans deserve more pay, and if they want to be paid, I'll pay them more. But no, he just went off on a mad tangent. But the sad thing is, now as I'm now a serious journalist, as you know, I'm bound by confidentiality, so I will not reveal my source who gave me the true catastrophe of what really happened at that McDonald's. As he's giving out the free food and all that, and what really happened. And may I say that it's not a pretty sight. But as I say, I cannot reveal my source who gave me this rare footage of what actually happened in the McDonald's. Donny. Nobody wants to see that. And may I say, as we can all say, I'm an expert. I can tell not an ounce of AI in there. No AI whatsoever. As all you guys can tell, not a hint of AI in there. I say, good evening, Lorna. Hope you're well. I possibly will watch a little bit. Well, as I say, I live in England. It means I'd be absolutely dead on my feet if I try to do something like that. But good evening, Jeannie Bottle. I hope you're well. I hope you're very, very well. Rump broken and food hygiene regulation. Well, it is the UK it is the USA that allow rat and insect in food. Now, is it right? I did hear that McDonald's got fined us a hell of a lot of money because one of their patrons died of E. coli from eating one of their Happy Meals. Well, I can imagine. Well, whatever it was, if it were a Happy Meal, I can imagine it soon turned into an unhappy meal. But yeah, we know what they're like with their food hygiene. They're disgusting. But yeah, McDonald wanted Blue Peter badge for doing 15 minutes work. Absolutely clog dancing raver, spot on. And but like, yeah. Yes, I totally agree. As now, if Reagan Elite says that's real footage, he's the real professional here, and I will take his word for it. So if he says it's real, it's got to be real. Absolutely, Reagan Elite. Beyonce and Harris got nothing on this at the rally in Texas. Spot on. Yeah, I totally agree. Absolutely spot on. Totally right. Good evening, Context. Hope you're well. But not just that. But good evening, Simon says. Hope you're well. And glad to see you here. Glad to see you all here as well. But you're all in for a treat now because not only did I get this hot off the press, real footage. I also got inside information about what his line manager thought of his how he did, and let's just say it's not pretty. He didn't mince his words.
Got the salt on it. Never touches the human hand. Nice and full.
Thank you.
You surprise me to how shit you are. I was expecting more. Hey, maybe you shouldn't have quit your fucking day job so early. Fuck off you fat useless sack of fucking Yankee danky doodle shite. Fuck off, will you please, yeah?
If I'm honest, let's be honest. I think he could very much be onto something there. I think his career in frying are now over and done with. Out there, I somehow don't think he will get a job after his latest attempt to become the president fails, and he'll go, can I be a fryer? No, after what we've seen, no, don't think so. Generally chuckled at the, yeah, they're brilliant. Made me, yeah, absolutely. You know what I mean. I have to agree there. Mad Monk. Gordon, don't sit on the fence. Just tell us what you really think. If I sound a bit chesty, I do apologise. I'll start to say with cough, with cold, I've got a bit of a chesty cough, so if I sound a bit exactly, Lorna, we may mock, but he's now working class. Absolutely, very much working class. Somebody who knows what it's like now to get his hands dirty. He'll walk and say, "Lorna, feel my hands. Look at Melania. Melania, feel my hands. Look, those are working hands now. Working hands. They've touched the working tools of the working people." but yeah, Trump, the chief in charge of pot cleaning. Do you think he'd be underqualified even for that? Absolutely, Reagan. Yeah, I think he was being rather generous. But yes, he's working class now, with his working class hands. They look. He'll go, look, Melania, look at the blisters on my hands. That's from 20 minutes of hard graft. Absolutely brilliant. But to be honest, when I watched the full, you can understand why they wanted to do it. Because if you were living under a rock and he's saying all this absolute nonsense, you get the feeling they were trying to play out as though he's not this absolute complete cretin or any. He's down with the people, and quite happy to get his hands dirty. Now, whether it works or not, I have made doubts. But yeah, Trump would poison the fellow prisoners if he worked in the kitchen with his working class skills, wouldn't he just? They showed him giving away that food, but they didn't show the cars fly tipping their McDonald's down the road. Is that actually true? I have not seen that. Oh dear. Dear. The cold certainly helps with your Trump voice. Yes, yes, it just gives it that little more gravitas, especially with my little twinky little finger and thumb. Yes, look at that. Yeah, absolutely right, Jeannie Bottle. Politicians like to play dress up and visit public photo opportunity. Yeah, exactly. Another one where master of that was our Spaffer, wasn't it? Speaking of Spaffer, guess what I got a copy of today? Well, I'd say I didn't get a copy. I borrowed it from the Tinternet. Yes, the Tinternet gave me the good grace to borrow Boris Johnson's Unleashed book. So I might have a little potter into this, and I might actually have a little. So I might have a little peruse of this for a little while and have a good giggle. I might, because I can guarantee what I'll be doing is while I'm reading it, I'm reading it in now Bodge's voice, and if I read it in Bodge's voice, and I'm having a couple of cans, I might say to I'm very, very drunk. You're sounding a little bit like Muttley when you chuckle now. You and Rachel and I need some honey and lemon, I think. Yeah, I totally agree. But good evening, Alvin, and hope you're well. Yeah, Reagan, I think should count. Yes. Yeah. Yeah, totally agree. Yeah, I'm a brave man. I've also got Liz Truss's book and Mad Nad's book as well. So yes, I'm a glutton for punishment. But I've read a couple of chapters of Mad Liz's book, and she is off the wall. bonkers. But good evening, Denise. Hope you're well, and up. And welcome to my Friday Frolic live stream, where we just have a good giggle at people who shouldn't be taken seriously. Yes, roly burly QC. Go on. But yes, he was. But yes, something tells me that have been off these past few years. Do you have a feeling who will win? It's so intriguing watching it all unfold from here. I totally agree, Lorna. Something tells me now. I've watched now. I tend to watch some of Graham's live streams, and I get the feeling that I could be wrong, but I'm getting it because he's way more intelligent than I'll ever be. But I get the feeling maybe he's been a little bit conspiratorial. I just have that funny feeling that I don't think it is anywhere near as close as what people are saying. And I just think with the polls I think both parties are using it for their own gains. I think the Republicans are going to use it if it goes the way I think. If it goes the way I think it does go, I think they'll use it to say, you see, that the elections are rigged against you, and look how close it was, and they've rigged it to beat your president. And I get the feeling the Democrats will use it for their own base. Say, don't be complacent. Don't think it's a slam dunk. Get out and vote. Your vote could be the difference between saving democracy or a dictatorship. And that's the feeling I get. Now, as I say, I don't have any evidence to back that up, but that's the feeling I get. But what do you guys think? Thank you, Billy Kershaw. I do my best. Yes, I've got impressions here. Yes, I can even do Motley, but it's even better now when because I've got a chest stick off. But anyway, but after his disastrous day at McDonald's, let's just say he went home to his family, didn't he? You know, and to tell them all about his excursions at Mackie D's, and let's just say they treated him with the kid gloves that he did. Oh, we'll get to that. We'll get to that, Alistair Kerr. Don't you worry about that. Well, he gets. Well, where it tells him about everything that's going wrong, but they have a plan for our Donny baby.
We were so worried.
They're eating the dogs.
He wasn't making any sense.
The people come in. They're eating the cats.
And he just kept getting worse.
They did dumps. That's what they call them, dumps. Big, massive dumps.
Gross.
In Michigan and Pennsylvania. All over.
We had to do something.
They will take the life of the child in the 9th month. Even after birth, they'll execute the baby.
You sound crazy right now.
Then a friend told us there was somewhere he could get the help he so desperately needed, called A Place for Trump.
Person, woman, man, camera, TV.
Now he has round-the-clock support and can enjoy the things he loves, like eating cheeseburgers and rage posting at 3 a.m.
I know windmills very much, and they're driving the whales, I think, a little batty.
Sure.
So this November, let's vote to put him in A Place for Trump, because we all know he belongs in a home, just not this one.
I have concepts of a plan.
Of course you do.
Genius. I have concepts of a plan. Concepts of a plan. They're threatening the dogs. Massive dumps. Massive dumps. If I remember right, is that from the Midas Touch? Yeah, or Adam Parkamenko. I'll get the name right. Why can't people be just called something like John Smith or something? Make it far easy for this really suffering Yorkshire bloke. I'm only kidding. But I just thought it was just brilliant advert. Really? So really good. Pardon me. Oh. Yeah, give him a Big Mac, yes. Could I have an unhappy meal? Why can't I want an unhappy meal. Because I'm unhappy and I want to be unhappy with my meal. Yes, very good video. Yeah, it is regularly. It's very good, very good. They're eating the cats, they're eating the dogs, they're eating the pets that live there. Yeah. Yes. Yeah, place for Trump. Yeah, if you want to watch the full video, Alistair Cares, put it up for you. Brilliant. Cheers for that, my good friend. Yeah, I hate Taylor Swift. Yes, I am president. I am president of the United States. But yeah, I love them videos. But one thing I've noticed, I don't know if you guys have noticed, that you could say a certain, say, you will have people who are not really up on politics as watch as much as what we do, but there'll be people, yes, good evening, Phil McCracken. I do hope you're very, very well, and welcome to my Friday Frolic live stream, and I hope you have got some lovely plans for the weekend. But when it came to this fantastic, what you call, promo, you know, say, look at me, I'm one of you working class. See, I've got working class hands now. I've held a fryer. Proves I'm working class. I worked there longer than Kamabla. Cackling Kamabla. I bet Cackling Kamabla couldn't have done a fryer like that. But as I say, we've noticed that. But the one thing we'll say about Tim Walz is being. It seems to me as though he's been very, very reserved, and over the last month or two. You know, just like people are expecting him to just absolutely eviscerate our Shady Vance at that VP debate, and it was, even though I quite enjoyed it because it wasn't quite, because it wasn't what you class as him destroying it. It was just the only downside I thought that Tim Walz, it made him look as though he's not weird, unfortunately. But what I like about this, it basically, you can tell now the leash is off. I think they said, right, Tim, for the last couple of weeks, it's time to be your normal self. And he basically just says the old promo thing for what it is. And I love Tim Walz. Go get him, guy. Go get him, my friend.
He missed an opportunity, though. Being at McDonald's, he looks much more like Ronald McDonald and the clown that he actually is. Tell me you don't see this one coming from a mile away. And Ronald wears less makeup. You saw it coming. You saw it coming. That restaurant wasn't even open. It was a stunt. Fake orders for fake customers. They even staged the drive-thru. We know that. They won't let you walk through the damn drive-thru. We knew that. They saw that happening. But look, everything about this guy is fake. Everything he does is fake. Next, he's going to be telling you he's a cop or a construction worker. Because he dances to the village people, so he knows the YMCA. And I'll tell you this, though, that 5 minutes he stood next to the deep fryer, I'll guarantee you that's the hardest that guy's ever worked in his life. And that's not a joke.
Absolutely spot on. Yes, totally agree that 5 minutes near that fryer, that'll have been the hardest work he'll have ever done in his entire life. But good evening, Ruth Guthrie. Hope you're well, and welcome to the Friday Frolic, and I hope you've got lovely plans for the weekend. But it's absolute. If I start talking like wanting a ticket to Dottingham, I do apologise. But he's right, isn't he? He's like more like us people. We see straight through it a mile away, don't we? He's just. He doesn't really care about these people. Like I just said, when those people talking about raising the minimum wage, he just waffled on about, I saw some beautiful things in here, they're so beautiful, and oh look, naked woman over there, then run off, you know. I missed 20 minutes, I was busy. We'll miss the next 20 as I was off to the shop. It will give you all a shout when I'm back. Oh, no worries, my good friend Ruth. You do what you need to do. And our family things come first. No worries. Fancy spending time away on his couch. Yes, he's very, very quiet, isn't he? He's now got his new running mate running for him now, Space Karen. Elon Musk. Yeah. Yes. We didn't let Tim do more rallies earlier, a major error on the campaign behalf. I have a funny feeling you could be onto something. Now, I've heard one or two people say that I think they didn't want to... what's the word I'm after? I get the feeling they wanted to keep him under wraps for... if they'd have let... because like, he started off like an house on fire, didn't he? And we all know that sometimes then, if you carry on being like that, and it might just go a little bit stale when it really, really matters with the last couple of weeks. So I'm just wondering whether that's their main thought process. I don't know. I'd say, like I say, I'm just some guff doing a live stream on a Friday. I'm no campaign manager, but that's what I've heard from one or two people saying that may have been the thought process. Who knows? Yeah. Tim should work in a public McDonald's and show him how it's done. Oh, yes. Yeah, I wanted just and loving endorse. Yeah. It's like I saw him do an interview with Jon Stewart, didn't he? And he brought this up. And good evening, Jim Stevens. I hope you're well, and welcome to my Friday Frolic. If I do sound like I'm saying one ticket to Dottingham, I'm just coming out of a bit of a cold, so if I'm blowing my nose a little bit, I do apologise. But yeah, but I'm judging. I get the feeling that maybe they're thinking that they could pick up votes from if people like from the Republican side, you know, Liz Cheney and Dick. It's not something I'd be happy about, but you'd be more organised. Hold on, missing something. I say, good evening, Jim. but like as I say, we all know. But I do get the feeling that our Tim Walt they've sort of like let the leash off him, hasn't they? But like as I say, when it comes to our Donny, after he's been having the disaster in McDonald's, because like we all know, in that little as we can tell that when it comes to his disaster at McDonald's, and we've all got to know that clip is clearly not AI, obviously. And if he cannot control a fryer, cannot control the food that he's handing out, and control himself with customers, how can he run a country? And can we trust him with that button? No, clearly we cannot. But you know, can never let a good man down. He's always good at giving advice, and one of our certain former politicians who never seems to go away, and will not let our Nerine Skinner get on with her life. And it was just when she thinks she can move on to other projects, our Live Truss keeps dragging her back in. I can imagine for Nerine Skinner, it'd be like she's just in a constant form of purgatory. Well, our Live Truss, she got to meet the orange one, and he gave her his valuable advice.
It's Donald. Oh, hello, Ronald McDonald. Okay, so the way to make your speech work is to put your hands like this. Okay. Wow, I feel like a new woman. Use your hands a lot. Go hard or go home. I mean, I'm hard right now. None over you though, over my daughter. I don't understand the premise of this statement. Then you need a slogan like, make America great again. Something different and new. Okay, different. I can do that. I like yours though. Finally, be controversial. You know, you just gotta say something that will provoke people. Like climate change. It's all a hoax. You know, they say it's gonna get 2 degrees hotter. Well, that's great. The women will have to take their tops off. What's not to love? Wow! That's mind-blowing. You know, I think you're ready. Go get him, Liz Trump. Let's unleash our gas on everyone and help the people. Like America. Unleash with me. Unleash! And finally, my slogan. Make Britain grow again. Oh, God. Nobody can help her. Block her number.
Yes, I've noticed that the volume is very, very low, and I cannot understand why, really. It's very odd one, is that? Very, very odd. But, yeah, sorry about that, my good friends. Yeah, just give him a toy red button. And do you think you need an instruction manual to work that red button, my good friend Reagan Elite? I think he would do. I don't know why the volume were a bit low there, because it was up to the max. So very, very odd. But Nerine Skinner, isn't she brilliant? Absolutely brilliant. Yes, unleash. Unleash our gas. Unleash. Yes. Well, I'll say sorry about that. You know, I was rather hoping it would. Now I'm on the Bluetooth. Boom. Oh well. Yeah, you're probably right, Reagan. Like, he probably instruction. Emmanuel, is that a Spanish porn star? I've never heard of Manuel. I've never heard of that. Instruction manual. Is that some sort of Spanish porn star? Or a Mexican immigrant who are rapists, and some of them nice people too. Oh. Who's on Ed's show tonight? Billy Kershaw. But yeah, so as I say, sorry about that. You know, the volume one exactly brilliant. But also, we'll move quickly on from that. But let's just say, since his disaster at McDonald's, things have not gone very well with his what you class as his rallies, because like his inane ramblings really got a bit very dodgy. And Jon Stewart here, the legend that is, Super Tansky on Aid Short. I'll have to clock in and have a watch of that. Should be interesting. But let's just say the legend that is, Jon Stewart basically nails it. What this nonsense is all about Arnold Palmer's 5-iron, you could say.
We've lost the ability to understand what level of outrage to even demonstrate. Which brings us to this weekend, where the absurdity outrage cycle reached its apex at a Trump campaign in Pennsylvania.
I'm going to tell him the real story of Arnold. But Arnold Palmer was all man, and I say that in all due respect to women, and I love women. But this is a guy that was all man. This man was strong and tough. And I refuse to say it, but when he took showers with the other pros, they came out of there, they said, oh my God. That's unbelievable.
I want to Arnold Palmer so bad. I want to. First of all, I'm not here to fact check the former president. But Arnold Palmer wasn't all man. He was half man, half lemonade. Now, if I may... None of that is true. But it is true. Apparently, every time Arnold Palmer came out of the shower, the other golfers were like...
Also, I'd love to know, I never thought that playing golf would be so exerting or exhaustive to, after a round of golf, you go and get in the shower. Now, the thing is, if I'd have been sat there watching, now, is that right, what I've heard there in the chat? It was 13 minutes of him talking about his Arnold Palmer's exceedingly large wood putter, you could say. Now, if it was me and you, but anyway, good evening, Flummox. I hope you're well, and welcome to my Friday frolic. But anyway, you know, people like you and me in the chat, we'd be sat there cringing. Yeah, absolutely, regularly. Is Trump now becoming bi? Yeah. As one of the great jokes I once heard, yeah, I'm bisexual and all. If I can't get it, I buy it. Boom. Sorry, my bad jokes. I do apologise. But anyway, if we'd have been stood there listening to that utter drivel and nonsense where he's talking about Arnold Palmer's absolute massive wang, you know, we'd have been... And looking at, but you can. Good evening, Smith. I do hope you're well, and welcome to my Friday frolic. And I hope you got some fantastic plans for the weekend. But if we'd have been watching that, but I can imagine his cults would have loved that. They'll have loved all that nonsense, won't they? But I found a little bit of a video which, for me, kind of sums up what it felt like for everybody. And all I can say is, when I first saw this man, my first thoughts were, that looks like Rowan Atkinson in a dodgy Tom Selleck mask, Tom Selleck moustache and hair. But this bit of funny video, for me, it kind of summed up what I felt like when I was watching what I was hearing. Good, my beautiful wife, Shel Tomo, my beautiful wife. She's in the. I'm on her. Got my beautiful wife in the audience. Good evening, my beautiful wife. Hope you've got a fantastic film you're watching as well. But as I say, when it comes to this, what I felt like when I was hearing all that nonsense. Good evening, Tone, as well. Hope you're very, very well. What the nonsense I was hearing. All I can say is, this is what I felt like when I was hearing that nonsense. It talk about painful. That is Rowan Atkinson in a dodgy tash, in it, without a shadow of a doubt. Oh dear. Yes, Mad Monkey, yes. We will get to that, my good friend. Last 45 minutes of music, as the sound man knew he was a wanker and wanted to spare the crowd hearing his lies, but they were tortured with the dad dancing. Oh, we will get to that. Yeah, absolutely, Smith. Totally agree. Awesome acting. Let's just say Oscar-winning performance, wasn't it? I could just see him on the stage, you know, in front of the play. Honestly, opening his speech saying, "Unaccustomed as I am." Yeah. Yes. But yes, yeah, absolutely, totally agree. Regularly, got the yes, exactly. My lovely daughter, the speed of a sloth, and yeah, exactly. Reagan and Late, totally agree. The pain, the utter pain. Yes, totally agree, Flummox. What a load of crap that film was. Yes, somehow I don't think it was a box office success. Do you? Had nothing to do with Trump being a mad golfer and speaking in the states Palmer was born. Trump wouldn't stoop to such levels, would he? Absolutely, totally agree, Phil McCracken. He would never ever do anything like that, would he? He would never use anything as a political opportunity. I know my beautiful daughter. Yes, I've seen my lovely wife is in the chat, so don't worry. Exactly. Context so bad. He's bad again. Boom boom. Totally and utterly agree. What was that series with the swarthy moustache and the roll neck medallion? Shh. Jason King. Good evening, one Gerard. Hope you're well. Is the Arnold Palmer comment supposed to make him funny as his president trying to make himself funny? It just shows you his base not exactly rocket scientists, are they? Took many shoots. Boom, dish. Brilliant, Genie Bottle. That film footage took many shoots to get right. This was the best dying scene. Absolutely. Oh, right. I'm sorry. My look is my... Apparently, I've been told that my... I'm getting absolutely taken to the cleaners by my wife and daughter. Say, apparently, my mum is in the chat as well. Oh my god! So I better curb my language and be a good boy. Let's see if I can find where my wonderful mum is. Ah, yes. Valerie Thompson. I hope Arnold Palmer will sue him for disrespect. My God, this is not presidential language. I totally agree, Mum. I totally agree. Can I have plenty of hello, Mum, in the chat, please? And I'm honoured and privileged to see my. Yes, I am potty mouthed. Yes. Yes, my lovely mother is in the chat. Oh, I'm really, really pleased, and I'm sorry with my wife and daughter. Yeah, I'm an absolute idiot sometimes. I don't know why you're watching this nonsense, because I'm an idiot sometimes. But never mind. But yes, that's what I felt like when I was watching that 30 minutes ramble about Arnold Palmer's wee wee. And yeah. Yes, absolutely, man, Monk. Yeah, wife and mum and daughter. Yeah, he did right. God lasses. Yes, I'm a silly goose a lot of the times. Never mind. But as I say, when it comes to our Donny, you could say his campaign doesn't get any better, does it? It's like he gets quizzed about his ramblings about his they're eating the cats, they're eating the dogs, they're eating the pets that live there. Yes, he gets quizzed about it, and you discuss all I can say is. Oh, no worries, Mum. And I hope you have a lovely weekend too. So, I hope you've had. And all I can say is, I hope you've have a lovely weekend too. Absolutely, Mad Monk. Yes, I'm well and truly outnumbered online and in life as well. But anyway, when it came to after his disastrous rally, he goes to go to Fox News, his little safe space, and let's just say, did it go according to plan?
You say you're just reporting what had been said, but why not say now? Well, look, that turned out not to be true.
I don't know if it's not true. I don't know if it's true or not true. I read
Eating
something.
The pets, you don't know if it's true or not true? No. It's been debunked by local officials.
What about the geese? What about the geese? What happened there? They were all missing.
There was one guy with two geese.
Howie, I have no idea. I said something. The big problem is that you can't put 30,000 people into a 50,000 person town or city and expect this city to even survive or do well. What they've done to Springfield, Ohio is very, very unfair. And, I mean, there are a lot of stories. There are a lot of other stories that I've heard that are horrible stories. I haven't said it. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. But that's a story that was reported, and I said that. Why don't you go after the newspaper that wrote it? Don't blame me.
Well, I think it's been debunked by local officials.
I don't think it's been debunked at all. I think nobody talks about it except you.
After the break, why Donald Trump says media fact-checking is dead and why he keeps describing his opponent as a Marxist.
Yes, according to our Don Mussolini, Cackling Camabla is a Marxist. But yeah, absolutely. Regular, I have no idea. I don't know. I'm just here. I'm just running. I don't know anything. Yeah, you're just running to be president of the United States and all that. But yes, all I can say. But before I go on, good evening, Joe. Hope you're well, and another one of my fantastic moderators. Couldn't have asked for three better. And thank you for being my moderators. Really appreciate it. And Tories don't get tasered. Totally agree. Total lunatic. And good evening, my friend. And I hope you're very, very well. And hope you've got some fantastic plans for the weekend. If I went through a drive-through and Trump served me, I would change his hair colour to PepsiCo black. He must have been a teenage mum as your tack whiz been on this channel. All I can say is I got all I can say my political belief, my political teachings from my fantastic mother. So, oh, thank you, Joe. Really appreciate that. No worries. When you offered, I couldn't refuse that fantastic offer. So much appreciated. But yeah, he's what Rolex is speaking there. He didn't even get even an easy ride on Fox News, did he? Well, the goose. What about the goose, the geese, and but yeah, you can imagine him. He'll have said that, that fact checking is dead. You can imagine he will have said that with a straight face and all, and without any hint of irony whatsoever, would he? But the Ramones did a song doing Dump's early years teenage lobotomy. Yeah, I can imagine. Be careful what you say, DB. I was shit scared of my mother's reactions to certain jokes. To her, she had a great sense of humour. Thing was, I was only 6 at the time. Yes. Yes, totally agree. Yes. The thing is, we all know that. We all know when you go too far, because like your mother will just give you that 1,000-yard stare. And you're, yeah, I'll just go to my room. Yes. Let me guess, grounded again. Oh, dear. Yeah, it's absolutely a mad monk. Yeah, it shows you how bad Trump is when he can't get an easy ride on Fox News. Yeah, it absolutely is. You can sort of like call it the slut of American news. It's just bad, innit? Trump thinks a goose step is a cool dance from mid-19th century Germany, invented by his favourite person in history. Yes, absolutely. Adolf Hitler, yes. Oh, is that what your mum does, Joe? My mum asks me questions and deconstructs non-funny jokes. Oh dear. Yeah, yes, yeah, absolutely. Yes, we've all been there. You know that give you that Clint Eastwood look. You know, the man with no name look. You know, the little slight squint in the look of the cheeks, and you think, Grounded again, am I? Right then, I'll go to my room. But yeah, he didn't. But like as I say, when it comes to his safe spaces, I know it's just a bit Trump heavy, but he's just the gift that keeps on giving, isn't he? And you could say, when he went on one of his rallies, and all of a sudden, he had a bit of an episode of dad dancing.
Trump did strike a tone when he...
Yes. Yes, and let's be honest, you can see the cognitive decline in him, can't you? It's really, really clear. But my son, when it came to watching his dancing, my son has a great saying. He says he dances like he's being held at gunpoint. And it's all right, you know. Dancing like that. Yeah. Yeah. Don't fuck dancing, Orders beard. It's like watching Fenrir eat the world. Now, I don't know what program you're talking about there, Joe, but I think I'll probably be in total agreement with you. His best speech ever. Absolutely, totally agree. Wake up and smell the rosemaries. Absolutely nailed his speech, didn't he? Absolutely nailed it. He does a lot of breast squeeze moves. Yes. Yes, exactly. Simon says, how about the double at giraffes jerk off dance moves? Yes, we all remember that. We had special blue and beige buses in Glasgow for folks like Trump. Oh, no worries, one Gerard. Made me chuckle. It does a lot of, yes. If I could erase my memory of that, I can imagine. Yes, totally agree. Context. But yes, I can imagine. I'm sure I saw a little excerpt of a video of a guy who was stood behind him, and the look on his face, he was like staring into the camera, going, just staring as if to say, yeah, come to a Trump rally. It'll be, a friend says, it'll be fantastic. You'll love it. He's just staring away. Just think, oh, don't worry about it, Joe, you know. It's when the end of the world comes and a giant world will devour the earth and us within it so horrible. Ah, very, very interesting. Good job, I just managed to catch it. Right, I see I'm with you now, my good friend. And don't worry about it, Joe. Don't worry about it. No need to apologise. Kind of makes me feel good because I've got people in the chat who are extraordinarily intelligent, far more intelligent than I am. I just do live streams with silly videos of silly politicians making idiots of themselves. Giraffe Booker. Oh, Simon says, oh. Giant wolf, I mean. Oh, don't worry about it. Ciao. But let's move on to the other news that's been hitting the you could say the headlines in our country. Yes, our the Labour Party, they are now not only making an absolute mess of this country after only 100 days of this of being in power. They are now interfering in foreign elections. Shock, horror.
You've actually been accused of some pretty serious interference in the American election. The Labour Party, Donald Trump, says two of the Prime Minister's most senior aides are part of a far-left bid to put Kamala Harris in the White House.
Yes, let's just say that's shocking behaviour. Conservatives and Reform would never do anything like that, would they?
I want Trump to win the election. I think it's vital. I think the West is in serious danger. I think Biden has been an incredibly weak president. We've seen the war in Ukraine, the attack on Israel, China strengthened. And unless we do something about it, unless we conservatives go and support Donald Trump and make it clear that we need him in the White House for the future, not just of America, but the future of the free world, we're in serious trouble.
Well, I mean, these are sentiments that I've expressed many times over these recent years. But
I've been here for 4 days at the convention. I've seen the reaction to President Trump, and his strength really comes across, and that is what people want. It's what people want, not just in America, but also in Britain.
Yes, my strength really comes across, especially when I put my finger and thumb like that, and like that, my strength comes along. I look hard. I look even harder when I see my daughter. Yeah. But, makes me chuckle. Let's be honest, I'm just absolutely Samson, let us give you fartage. But I'm sat there thinking to myself, really, Nigel Farage, he's got some front, hasn't he? I'm wondering, does he actually believe in the nonsense he says, or does he actually just knows it's a grift and he's just playing the forever populist? I don't know. But what I will say is, am I missing something? It just seems to be nothing. I can imagine Donny would have been absolutely bent out of shape when Keir Starmer spent 2 hours in his grace and chatting to him, having a meal. What are you doing here? You are interfering in a foreign election. You should not be standing here. You should go because you are a foreign interferencer. Yes, that's my new word, foreign interferencer. I bet he said that. No, I bet he didn't. It's just nonsense, innit? Pardon for the noises, but yeah. I'll write half of it. My mother refused to speak to me for weeks. As a devout Roman Catholic, I got her from a distance. She in Glasgow, in South Africa now. What is the actual point of these two? Yeah, absolutely. Stephen Barry, they're like the forever fermenting turd in the toilet that will never flush. They always just seem to always pop back up, don't they? But yeah, how can a normal British person not look at these two and clock them? Yeah. Yeah. Not in my opinion, yeah. The slug and lettuce, and that's the frog and lettuce, yes. Make an unpregnant, I'll leave the punchline up to you all. Bertrand. I see a Tesco in London has put up a blue plaque to say that the lettuce that was lasted. Yes, I remember seeing that one, Man Monk. Absolutely brilliant, wasn't it? Top class. That's top trolling, isn't it? Yes. DUP calling for security for Farage. Is that right? Wake up and smell the rose. Is that true? Wow. Oh, Jow. Oh, dear. Oh, that don't even bear thinking. Imagine if they have a love child. Oh, my God. That don't bear thinking about, does it? When did it become acceptable for a politician to go around spreading hate and bile? Yes, totally agree. Farage knows very well that his supporters and fans are thick. He can tell them anything he wants, and I'm in total agreement with him. I'm in total agreement. So totally agree. I've got a few friends. I'll probably meet him tomorrow who think he's the bee's knees, the best prime minister that we've never had. But the trouble is, if he was offered the chance, you can guarantee he would turn it down, because then the mystique could soon disappear, won't it? Because then how bit lazy and how rubbish he actually would be totally exposed for everybody else to see. And I suppose the only people who won't see it is those in his cult, won't they? His family and Vance get Secret Service. Is that right, Jeannie Ball? Very, very interesting. Yes. Yeah. These two just spread misinformation, hate they? Yes. Well, yes. Yeah, I totally agree, Alistair. Yes. That mind bleach, yes. I have a funny feeling I'm not going to be able to get that image out of my head. Oh, my God. But, as we all say, we all know that let's be honest, our Nigel Farage and our Don Mussolini, they are absolutely true. They are absolutely right to call out, because, let's be honest, being principled people, they would never do anything like interfering in foreign elections, would they?
You know, you're the president of the United States. I have great relationships with many of the leaders, including Boris. He's a fantastic man, and I think he's the exact right guy for the times. And I know that you and him will end up doing something that could be terrific if you and he get together. It's, you know.
See that look on his face, you know, when he said you and Boris would do great things. I bet he practically shot his load in his pants at that moment, didn't he? I bet he absolutely messed his soiled his pants, as well as jizzed all over his pants. Sorry for the imagery.
Unstoppable force. And Corbyn would be so bad for your country. He'd be so bad. He'd take you in such a bad way. He'd take you into such bad places. But your country has tremendous potential. It's a great country. You know, you're the president of the United States. I have great relationships with many of the leaders, including Boris. He's a fantastic man, and I think he's the exact right guy for the times. And I know that you and him will end up doing something that could be terrific if you and he get together. It's, you know, unstoppable force. And Corbyn would be so bad for your country. He'd be so bad. He'd take you in such a bad way. He'd take you into such bad places. But your country has tremendous potential. It's a great country. You know, you're the president of the United States.
Yes, of course they will never meddle in a foreign election. Of course they won't. Hello, Duke Vengeance. Hope you're well. Why are fascists allowed to have a nice conversation on the radio? Yes, exactly. Yes, totally agree. But, like, of course, they would never get involved in foreign elections, would they? Because these two are straight, honest politicians, aren't they? I'm surprised he didn't say, next time, Farage, when you come to America, just call me up, and you could come to Trump Tower, and you can see my tower, and personally, and then you can have my babies. And he'd have been up there like a shot, wouldn't they? Yes. I will listen to Trump openly interfering in a political campaign. Surely not. Yes. Absolutely, totally and utterly agree. Because simple reason, it's just hilarious watching these two. It's like you've seen him all this week. Remember when was it Chris Bryant who called him out and he's paid travel to whatever he's gonna do with Donald Trump, and did he get free flight to do his speech? Now I'd love to know, did they actually give him that speech to basically say, or did he write that speech himself? So I suppose in a funny way, if he wrote it himself in that interfering in a foreign election, bring back the Muppets. I was in love with Miss Piggy. Oh dear, what'd you write? Oh dear. Did you have dreams of her saying, "Oh, and Gerard, oh Gerard, Kermie." Clacton on Seas, twinned with St. Petersburg. Well, it should be. Totally agree, Todd. Absolutely. Dog needs fed and walked though. Have a great weekend. No worries, Jim Stevens. When the dog's got to go, the dog has got to go. You two have a lovely weekend too. But yeah. I've got 32k for that one trip from a millionaire reform donor, now resident in Thailand. Yes. Why am I not surprised? My favourite was Animal, but my parents made me take guitar and piano lessons. Yes, I can imagine why. If you'd have taken drumming lessons, somebody tells me I don't think your neighbours would have been too pleased. Hello, Ben Shaw. Hope you're well, and welcome to my Friday frolic. But like, yeah, the irony meter on this guy, and especially with our, let's be honest, it don't get anywhere near as close to our Donny. But this is, now I don't know how I don't know how loud this will be, but it's only about 39 seconds. If it's a bit, but if it's a little bit quiet, I do apologise. Yes, I quite agree, Alistair Kirk. Yeah, Animal was a legend. My initial drum set disappeared. I think you might need to ask your parents or maybe your next door neighbours about that. Maybe they may know more about it than they're letting on. Jow. But this was a bit of an interview where he tries to paint this as, what's happened with these Labour activists as a bit of a international crisis. Well, he didn't get the reply. He was hopefully you'll be able to hear this. It's not the loudest.
The Democrats that it may hurt. I'm joined down the line by R.A.J. Goyle, a 16-year friend, personal friend of Kamala Harris, and a former Kansas state representative. As you can imagine, there is the most enormous row going on this side of the pond, and quite a big one on your side of the pond. Let's face it, this is against FEC law, isn't it?
Oh, not even close. And Nigel, thanks for having me, but it is a nice attempt to call this a big row, as you would say. This is what we call in America a nothing burger. No.
Yeah, exactly. It's something I've basically sat there thinking, what, Labour activists going over to America? And am I right in thinking they went in their own time? Now, if Labour are going to get involved, I'm thinking, why would you? Because let's be honest, whoever becomes the president of the United States, you're going to have to get on with them, aren't you? So why would you jeopardise that? I don't know, but pardon me for the noises here. But I could be wrong, but I'm thinking, why would you want to jeopardise it? But let's be honest. I think we need to cut our Nigel Foghorn a bit of slack, because he does have his own problems. It's like he does have his own problems, because it's like people are now starting to ask him questions about his well, let's just say his surgeries on a Friday in Clacton, and let's just say he has a very interesting reply.
I deal with emails, I deal with phone calls with constituents.
Face-to-face surgeries?
No, I deal with them every day. Zoom.
That's not a face-to-face surgery, then, is
No.
it?
Do you want me to be knifed?
No.
There you
obviously
go.
not. I've had a lot of people messaging in this morning asking how many constituency surgeries you've held since becoming an MP.
Lots. In fact, we had one yesterday. We're trying to help pensioners who could qualify for pension credit get through the 243 questions needed. So plenty. If you're asking me, have I done David Amos style, please everyone come in and bring whatever you want with you? No. But am I speaking to people every single day? Yes. I'm trying. In fact, yesterday I was on the phone at length. I'm offering to pay insurance so that a Remembrance Sunday parade can take place in Woolton. Yeah, I'm busy.
But just to be clear, when you say lots, how many is lots?
I deal with emails, I deal with phone calls with constituents.
Face-to-face surgeries?
No, I deal with them every day. Zoom.
That's not a face-to-face surgery, then, is
No.
it?
Do you want me to be knifed?
No.
There you go.
Obviously not, but...
Well, there have been 3 knife attacks on MP surgeries in the last few years, all right? So let's just grow up about this.
But would the same... And it's a very serious point you raised, but would the same threat not be there for the Prime Minister, say, and he manages to hold constituency surgeries?
No, he doesn't. Oh, don't be ridiculous, honestly.
All right. Now, I don't know whether the guy's right when he says that Keir Starmer holds face-to-face surgeries on a Friday, but who would I believe most? The guy who's doing the radio show, or a man who's spent his entire career lying? That's tough. Yeah, absolutely, because he's talking about pension, serious subjects about how pension credit. Yeah. Good evening, Ian Thomas. Hope you're well. Hope you're very, very well. Yeah, absolutely. Can you prove it? But yeah, let's be honest. Your idea of doing surgery is emails and Zoom. Emails that you can quite easily just ignore. Send a message. Hello, Nige. My Auntie Beryl is having trouble with her rather unscrupulous landlord, who she's been trying for years to get him to fix her guttering. Can you please go visit my Auntie Beryl, because she's at her wit's end, and can you use your influence to get this unscrupulous landlord to sort out her guttering, because it's so unfair. Love, Auntie Beryl's relation. Love, Nigel. And P.S. May the fruits of your loins be ever fruitful, should I say? But what an interesting thing to say. Now, do you want me to be knifed? Clearly doesn't think very highly of much of the people in Clacton, then, does it? What an odd thing to say. Good evening, DW. Hope you're well. Hope you had a lovely day. Well, I guess should have said was, How come other MPs are able to and not you? Well, yeah, I totally agree. Stop knocking Miss Piggy. She dressed like a lady, like the Oscars, but she had class. Ba-boom. The job centre asked if I'm good with my hands. I said yes. I've built many computers. I've got an interview to be a brain surgeon next week. Good evening. Yes. But what an odd thing to say. Oh, do you want me to be stabbed? I think that, to be honest, I think that, as we know, we've had a couple of incidents, but I think he's using that as an excuse because he's just lazy, isn't he? And if he cannot be bothered to do the job, then maybe it's time he got out of the kitchen. Yes. Yes, absolutely. Clog dancing raver. I have to say, what a great name that is. And I'd love to see you dancing in clogs. Froggy doesn't want to mingle with the riffraff of Clacton. Yes. Yes. Farage is a doctor. Ba-boom. Don't tempt me, Farage. Just don't. Oh. But yes, we should spare a thought for our... Now this is priceless. It's just absolutely priceless. I forgot the name of the guy. I'm sure you guys will remember him, but I'm sure I've seen him on Fox News. And let's just say Ben Kentish wants to have a conversation about this, about what these Labour activists have been doing, and ask this guy, I think he's an English guy, I've forgotten his name, but he's been on Fox News. Ask, what's the difference between them doing that and Nigel Farage and our latest Liz Truss going on stage and doing the same? And let's just say it descends into utter madness. Absolutely hilarious. Sit back and enjoy the to and fro. It's hilarious.
Labour Party staffers going to campaign for Kamala Harris is an outrage, but the leader of the UK Reform Party coming to campaign for Donald Trump is absolutely fine.
Well, you're being obtuse, right?
I'm not being obtuse at all. What's the difference?
There's a big difference between sending 100 representatives of a party funded by the party than Nigel getting up and giving a speech for free, right? You do see the difference, right? Or is that a little complicated?
Who pays for Nigel Farage to go and campaign alongside Donald Trump?
I have no idea, but it's not an institutional effort that is run by the Reform Party.
How do you know that he hasn't taken any money to go and campaign?
Because nobody in the Reform Party was a cretin enough to make an official statement.
That doesn't mean it hasn't happened, does it? It might be going on.
Did you just see the difference between an individual?
Come on. You said you don't know who's funding it.
Do you see the difference?
You might.
Your campaign. Ben, I like LBC.
Sebastian,
it's not as good as it used to be when I lived in the UK.
Well, the record listening figures beg to differ. But let me just put this point.
Let me finish because you're putting words in my mouth.
This is an interview.
No, we can
You don't
finish
know
it.
who funded Nigel Farage.
No,
you don't
but there is
know.
a difference.
So your campaign might be benefiting from exactly the same thing.
An institutional statement from the head of operations for Labour saying, hey guys,
but your point is about the funding.
We're sending 100 people to the US, to the battlegrounds. Do you understand the difference between that and a speech by Nigel Farage?
You said you don't know who's funding Nigel Farage, so it's possible that he is doing exactly the same thing, and you can't tell me he's not. Then what these Labour volunteers are doing?
God, you just can't shut up, can you?
I just think you're being a hypocrite, to be quite honest.
Which party? Screw you, Ben. Who's the Prime Minister? Who's the Prime Minister? Which party is in 10 Downing Street? Just tell me that. Is it Nigel?
Why is that relevant?
Is it Nigel? Why? Because it's the government.
Clearly not happy, is he? Absolutely. Who is this wet wet napkin. It's somebody called Seb. Is it Sebastian Gorka or something? I don't know, but what an absolute clown. What a crank. Yeah, exactly, DW. You know, they're on the ropes when they start saying, "Oh, Benny, you know I like LBC. Not as good as what it used to be. You know, you're on you're on a loser, aren't you?" Yes, yeah, absolutely. Is it Gurkha? Ah, right. I'll say somebody who doesn't watch Fox News, but I've seen a couple of clips where he's been on it, so yeah, absolutely. Clog dancing raver is another crank. The word obtuse, I preferred the word nanimals. Go to Farage surgery and get a lobotomy. Yeah. What does Scotland and Clacton-on-Sea have in common? Both places Farage refuses to go. Boom. Nice one, my good friend Phil McCracken. Was he an Israeli spokesman? Now that I don't know. Yes, within the first few words he spoke hypocrite and liar. Yes. Wow, too civilized. Yes. But aren't they supposed to act like that anyway, you know? They say they try and talk down genocide in a very civilized manner, so man, oh no, my phone has only 25% power left. Oh, it's okay. I was looking at it upside down. Don't worry about it, my good friend Man Monk. You are right. You are proper right up this alley when it comes to this show. I've done silly stuff like that myself. I remember once when I went to a Netto's, because I thought I will go get some odds and sods, and one of them, and it had them, them doors that open automatically. Well, I ran at it at the side and ran up to it from the side, and then ran straight into the door, and because it didn't open. And on my arse, everybody's looking at me, and you try and jump up quickly to say, "Yeah, I meant to do that. So what are you looking at?" So don't worry about it, my good friend Man Monk. He has British, Hungarian, and US American citizenship. How is that possible? Yeah, that's a good question. As our good friend Farage always says, I'm just asking questions. So, good question. Yes, Nigel visits cleaners every week to get all stains out of suit. It is a money laundry service from Russia cleaning service. Nice one, Janie Bottle. Spot on. Couldn't agree with you. Totally agree with you. Yes. But, yes, I just thought it was hilariously funny. But, I'll show this little bit because this is a bit interesting. Because I thought I'd because if I'm honest, this is interesting. I'm trying to think who's the guy, because I've got a bit of a question. It was a bit interesting. It's Mark Kelly. It's like now I'm just wondering if this is an old one because the two contrasting videos. This is an old one, but Marsha, I'll let you get because like clearly this is a guy who's a bit of a Trump fan, and he confronts Mark Kelly, and he's a veteran as well, and it's a very, very interesting conversation. I'd say I wasn't really going to play this, but I thought I'd take it away out my bookmarks. But I'll show it because it's a bit interesting.
Senator Kelly.
I'm a veteran. Sir. You're a veteran. Donald Trump loves veterans.
Donald Trump has said that 1,800 Marines that died in Bellawood in World War I were a bunch of suckers, or buried World War I veterans were losers. This is a guy who called John McCain a loser because he was captured. But Donald Trump doesn't get us.
But
you're a veteran, I'm a veteran. He doesn't understand us. You know, Donald Trump thinks we were tricked into serving in the military. He puts everybody in two categories. You're either the con man or you're the person being conned. And he thinks we were somehow conned from being in the military. When you served in Iraq, did you ever feel like somebody tricked you?
No, I love my country.
Yeah, me too. You know, and this is the first time in history that we could possibly put a guy in the White House who has a total lack of respect for our service.
But so all that stuff you said is true?
All of that. John Kelly and his other staff members heard that. Why is it that this guy is the first president in history that doesn't have the support of his cabinet? You know, he served for 4 years. His vice president hasn't endorsed him. All the generals that work for him, General Milley, General McMasters, General John Kelly, Marine Corps General, have not endorsed him. There's a reason for that. These guys know him better than anybody. I mean, how does that make you a loser?
Wow.
And Donald Trump, I mean, he tried to avoid going to Vietnam because he had bone spurs. Doesn't seem to have bone spurs on the golf course.
Thank you. I didn't know about all that. Thank you.
Appreciate
Seriously.
it. Thank you.
Perfect.
Wow.
Very interesting. Now, when I first saw that, yeah, it's a clock, ding, the light starts to go on. And I remember when I first watched that, my first thought, wow, that is just brilliant. Yeah, exactly. You know, the man is doing a very good job. Yeah. Screaming at people does not work. Talk with people. Did he not do a photo with military cemetery Trump? Yeah, absolutely, yeah. Remember, God put Trump on the planet, yeah. Well, I suppose nobody's perfect, even God, I suppose. But the thing is, as I watched that, I just thought, wow, and you know, like, I'm doing whatever I'm doing. Like, I saw a video and I thought, this guy looked incredibly familiar, and it made me think. A lot of things got into my head, and I just want to know what your thoughts when you see this video.
Excuse me, sir. Are you a veteran?
I am.
May I ask, are you supporting Donald Trump for president?
Not a chance, man.
Really?
No.
Tell me why not.
Honestly, well, from the perspective of veterans, he hates us. Okay, I stand by the fact Donald Trump hates veterans. You look at how he disrespected Arlington National Cemetery. That's our most hallowed ground. If you can't respect Arlington National Cemetery, you don't respect us. But well before that, I knew that Donald Trump hated veterans. Every action he's taken has proven that. And also, I took an oath to defend our country from enemies, foreign and domestic. And you look at January 6th, he literally tried to overthrow this government. In my opinion, Donald Trump's the #1 threat to this country's democracy. It's probably a little bit more detailed than what you're asking, but...
No, I really appreciate it. It means a lot coming from someone who has served. So thank you, sir, for your service. I appreciate it.
Thanks. Is this going on like social media or something?
Yeah, it may be around the internet at some point, and the world needs your voice, so thank you.
I'm also on social media, man. Tag me.
Hey, I will.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Take care.
That's the same man, isn't it? Clearly that is the same person, and I just thought to myself, whoa, there's little bits going in my head. Was this after he had that conversation with Mark Kelly, and bing, the lights went on, and he saw the light, and he's realised that he's gone down the rabbit hole, or was it a bit of a setup? I don't know, but so as soon as I saw that video, my first thought was, I've seen that guy before. Because Cloud's dancing raver, he's been converted. Yeah. Because like there were, sometimes you get a lot of things going off in your head and you think, is it set up or has he been converted? I don't know. But double think, yeah. So I just looked at Bone Spurs and I'm thinking, yes, Duke Vengeance. But it was just an interesting little interaction. And then a couple of days later, I saw that video and I thought, that guy looks incredibly familiar. Wherever I see that, I thought, yes, that interaction with Mark Kelly was very, very interesting. Here's one for my daughter, because she likes silly stuff, before we move on. Yeah, that was for my daughter. She likes funny, silly stuff. Oh dear. That's what I was looking for. Just like but like when it comes to when it comes to the down on the ground news, there's nobody. I can hear my daughter laughing in the background at that. So I knew I'd make my daughter chuckle. But when it comes to the down on the ground news, you know, cutting edge news, when it comes to the truth and getting to the truth, there's nobody better than, especially when it comes to the situation with what's been happening there. You know, the absolute international outrage that's happening now that Labour are trying to set up Kamala Harris to be the president. Nobody better than getting to the truth than our Jonathan Goodenough. Top reporting, absolutely Billy Kershaw. He's got his nose to the ground and he knows what's happening.
He's been convicted of multiple felonies and charged with many more. Accused of sexual assault and fascist tendencies, and grown increasingly rambling and incoherent in public appearances. And yet still millions of people in America are planning to vote for Donald Trump. There's only one thing that might swing it: getting a few British Labour Party members involved. Our last chances, Hail Marys, and its worth a shot correspondent Jonathan Goodenough has more. Yes, that's right, the Democratic Party has struggled to make inroads into the former president's base, but it's thought that a few dozen volunteers from the UK could make all the difference. How so? Well, there's nothing that Americans love more than being told what to do by the British, especially Americans who live in states that most British people couldn't name and definitely couldn't locate. Is that why the Trump campaign reacted so badly? Absolutely. They're devastated by the idea that the people who masterminded an electoral victory, then subsequent polling collapse in the UK, could be heading to the US to weave their magic there. Right. They've accused the Harris campaign of being influenced by Keir Starmer's far-left Labour Party, to which actual far-left activists in the UK replied, "What far-left Labour Party?" So the Trump campaign is against any form of foreign interference in their elections. Absolutely, unless it's from Russia or various other countries who funneled money to Trump, either directly or via his global network of properties. And how is that different? That's just money, not volunteers, and crucially, they didn't mention it on LinkedIn. What about British politicians like Liz Truss or Nigel Farage who've spoken at Republican events? Apparently speaking at an event is fine, and in Liz Truss's case you could argue it was more likely to put voters off. What have Labour said? Well, on the record they've made it clear that this sort of volunteering happens all of the time and nobody was paid to do it. And off the record, they're absolutely terrified of a Trump victory and are desperately hoping it doesn't happen. A sentiment shared by many. I suppose many people around the world are watching this election with interest who have no ability to affect the result. Yes, in fact it's been described as being a bit like being trapped in the boot of a...
Oh no, here we go. Oh dear. It's all going to shit now. Oh dear.
People around the world are watching this election with interest who have no ability to affect the result. Yes, in fact it's been described as being a bit like being trapped in the boot of a...
Oh dear. I think it's all turning to shit now. We've had a good run at this, haven't we?
Crossroads, one way leads to an industrial shredder, the other to a merely very bumpy road, and you have to hope that they'll make the right choice, and then let you out of the boot, or as they'd call it, trunk. Sorry, who described it like that? I just did. Thank you, Jonathan. Next up, we'll speak to an American voter who says he can't see how things could get any worse, which is why he's decided to vote for things to get worse.
Yes, yes, absolutely. I got the circle of doom there. Oh dear, dear, dear. Yes, it's so what I felt like, you know. But it's what I felt like when I was watching that. It's yeah, it's always kind of reminds. Are we how now? Are we back? Are we back? Are we back now? Are we back? Oh, thank God for that. Right, I just need to sort out my chat. Give me a quick minute because it's. Oh, it's. Right. Oh dear. Typical. It's gone to pot. I do apologise. It has gone to pot. Oh dear. Yes. Oh dear. I think we've had one of them days, haven't we? But I'll sit. Just give me a quick minute. Yeah, so just give me you're fine, just refresh chat. Yeah, right. Just give me a quick minute. Oh, it's absolutely nice. No, it's gonna pot as my chat, but what I'll do is I'll just use the chat on my phone because my chat on here has gone to pot. So I do apologise, my good friends. But it's when it comes to using the chat. That'll be my fault, so I do apologise. Never mind. Yeah, I've tried refreshing it, my love, but unfortunately, it's not going to have it. So what I'll do is I'll just use the chat on my phone. It's like I've always got prepared. Yeah, I know what it is, but this is what I felt like when I were. This is what I felt like when I was.
Leave me alone, bro. Leave me alone. I can't take this no more, bro. Man, this dude gonna make me kill him, bro. Now let me relax, man. This ain't even my son, man. I don't know why she leave me with this sucker, bro. Gonna ignore me? I just want some peace and quiet. Man, did not tell you to get the hell up out my ear. Why you keep playing with me? You don't tell me what to do. No. Well, do it again. Next time I'm gonna bite it off. Bite it off, then. I'm about to make some turtle soup out this sucker, man. Get the hell out my ear. Okay, all right. Time out. I don't care about none of that. Okay, now hit me. Leave me alone. I ain't playing with you, bro. Did I tell you to leave me alone?
Yes, that's what I felt like when I saw that circle of doom. What a time for the internet to go off. Not impressed. Oh, that's all I can say. I'm not impressed. But never mind.
He's been
we will soldier on.
Felonies and
we will soldier on. There's a certain guy from Portsmouth who's clearly not happy about the situation that happened in happening in America. Yes, our friend from Portsmouth not being too happy with.
Colin from Portsmouth is on the line. Hello, Colin.
I'm disgusted, Anthony. Absolutely disgusted with how they're treating Donald Trump.
Oh, you're not taking news of his indictment well, Colin.
If Donald Trump is found guilty for breaking the law, that means any one of us could be convicted if we did a crime.
Well,
it's a dangerous precedent for democracy, Anthony. These lefty lawyers are looking at the rule books and coming at anyone who does something wrong.
Do you think it's political, Colin, prosecuting people who break the law?
Of course it's political, and it's terrifying. I would have fought in 2 world wars if I'd been born slightly earlier, and I didn't have nearly fought in them for this.
No.
You know, Anthony, I'm glad we've cut right back on police in this country, or we could be convicted for anything. Theft, arson.
Fraud?
No, not fraud, Anthony.
No.
Thankfully, fraud conviction rates are going down. You've got to have some freedoms. I tell you what, you know who I feel sorry for?
Who do you feel sorry for, Colin?
I feel sorry for all those who supported him. When Michael Gove stood with him with his thumb up like he'd been allowed in the cockpit to have a picture with the pilot, and all the other people who said he was great. I fear if Donald Trump is convicted, those people are going to look like right wallies. And whose fault is that? Lefty bloody lawyers, that's who. They should be locked up for even trying to lock him up. Anyway, Anthony, thanks for having me on. Love to the family.
Love to the family, Colin. Love to the family.
I fear for Piers Morgan's reputation. I really do.
Yes, love to the family, Colin. Love to the family. Yeah, I totally agree. Yeah, Piers Morgan's reputation is... Whoa, I do fear for it. Yeah, absolutely, Eric Dawson. Hope you're well. Hope you're well. I totally agree. Never work with pets or children, or try and work with the internet either. Yeah, my wife told me that the internet went off for a slight little bit, and I thought, oh dear. Totally agree. Yeah, Colin, the voice of reason in a mad world. Totally agree. I tell you, Flummox, I tell you, who really doesn't want to see the circle of doom? Trump's incontinence cushion. Oh dear. Oh dear. Yes. Who watches this? Not fraud, Anthony. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, why would you want to do anything about fraud? Yes. Cracking, yes. Piers Morgan's reputation will be fine. It'll stay in the gutter. But yes, I totally agree. Our what you call him? Yes, our Colin from Portsmouth. He is the voice of reason. Oh, this is a very interesting one. Because we all love our Natasha Devonshire. Because she's very, very good. I do listen to her from time to time, and she has a very, very interesting take on people who attack immigrants. Especially the well, not immigrants, I should say, but the vulnerable, those trying to claim asylum and refugees trying to come over here, get a better life and escape political violence or war. She has a very, very good take on somebody who's trying to attack these people as what's the economical migrants and nonsense like that. Very, very interesting.
We would have plenty of money were it not for spending over $4 million a day on scrounging immigrants. Pat, I'm assuming that you mean asylum seekers when you say immigrants. Important to make the distinction that these are people who are seeking asylum, statistically, the majority of whom will qualify for refugee status. I think it's important that you understand that the previous government deliberately underfunded the asylum processing system. Many of the people who come to our shores seeking asylum would love to work. And in fact, when you look at immigrants as a whole, consistently they are contributing more than they take from the system. So allowing people to work, contribute to their communities and pay taxes is the best way forward. And the way that you do that is to process their asylum applications in a timely fashion. You can't do that when the asylum system is broken and you have this enormous backlog, which necessitates then people seeking asylum being housed in expensive accommodation. And I also note, Pat, that people like you who are frothing at the mouth about the cost of asylum seekers tend to be curiously silent about the fact that we have just given King Charles a £45 million pay rise. Maybe not the richest man in the country, but certainly one of the richest men in the country has just from our taxes been given a £45 million pay rise. I mean, if you want to talk about scrounging, then maybe that's where we should begin. But thank you for your text anyway. We would have...
Yes. Totally. Very, very interesting statement at the end. And to prove how hard he works for that 40 odd million pound pay rise is very evident here. Clearly worth every penny because he works incredibly hard. Look at him. Look at that sweat. Look at the sweat, pouring off his brow with all that hard work he's doing. Worth every penny, ain't there? Sorry for the poor sounding, but that's a bit. All I will say is, can't believe this. This nonsense still goes on, doesn't it? Look, but yes, worth every penny, ain't there? Absolutely unstuck. Not my king. Unbelievable. You just can't believe that nonsense still happens in this day and age. But how about a good news story? Where the news story now is that the public are urged now to forgive Prince Andrew as we go on to the theme of this royal family. Let's be honest here. Would any other person have got away with what Prince Andrew got away with. But in their fantastic way of doing broken news, breaks it down and does it magnificently.
Welcome to Broken News. The British public and people the world over have been urged to forgive Prince Andrew. The eighth in line to the British throne has faced years of criticism from some who've called him a condescendingly pompous waste of space with no discernible talent, a dead-eyed jowly ball bag who repeatedly rinsed the royal purse with his love of lavish international fuck parties, and a humorless gibbon who claims he slipped and accidentally fell into a child sex trafficking ring with his pants down.
Happens to us
Our
all,
reporter
doesn't it?
has more.
The favourite son of Queen Elizabeth II has faced a barrage of abuse over the years. But now the Prince Andrew Exoneration Development Office, which has been set up specifically to reintroduce Andrew to royal duties, says, come on, who among us hasn't been bezies with a billionaire sex trafficker or invited Harvey Weinstein to their teenage daughter's birthday party? Critics claim that if he was literally anyone else, the Duke of Pork and highborn clammy manatee might have actually had to go to court after no fewer than 3 allegations of sexual assault. Mercifully, he got the cash money from Mumsy to avoid that inconvenience so that he could get back to doing what he does best, which is... But it'll take some work to convince the plebs that he's fit for a return to public life. Recent polling consistently shows Prince Andrew to be the least popular royal, even less popular than Prince Edward, a fictional member of the royal family who no one's actually ever seen in real life. Buckingham Palace will be keen not to shoulder any more embarrassment for the man whose wife left him because she didn't like the way he sucked her toes. They added, while it is true that Prince Andrew reached a multi-million-pound settlement with a woman he definitely didn't do anything bad on top of or in, at least he didn't meet and then marry the love of his life, an already successful, fiercely independent and achingly beautiful American actor, because that would be totally fucking unforgivable. Back to you.
What a lovely story. That's all from Broken News. You're up to date.
Beautiful. Yes. Prince Nonce the handyman, yes. He's still not sweating. Yes, Mad Monk. When Scotland becomes independent from disunited kingdoms, we are happy to add Yorkshire into our republic. Thank you, my friend. Thank you, my friend. I cannot wait. Yeah. Duke of Pork. Totally agree. Absolutely, Joe. It's totally disgusting. Yes. Yeah, absolutely her toes, yes. If Farage and Tories and even Boris also speak in public, then why not Andrew? Oh dear. Best being a member of Savile Club Nonsig. Yes. But yes, we all love the way. Just out of interest, anybody heard the news about our Tommy names? I cannot understand why he's still being allowed. Is it right I've heard he's been given bail? Am I right? I've heard he's been given bail. Yes. Yes. Could you at least shift the border to the T's again? Yes. But yes, he's been doing all these people. He's been wearing these ridiculous whatever, shirts, as if he's doing something really, really good. Yeah, Tommy Tippy. But I think this is a more true to form video. It just sums him up.
I'm a knob. I'm a knob. I'm a knob.
Totally agree. Yes, I have heard something about that, Eric Davison. Yes, Yes, more Epstein dirt being let out, and I knew you'd appreciate that. God's last, my daughter. I knew you'd appreciate something like that. Now, all I can say is, I don't know what you guys have got planned for the weekend, but I'll be going to a football match tomorrow, and a bit of a Yorkshire derby, and playing Doncaster Donny Rovers at home, so it'll be a packed. Yeah, it does sound like him as well, but it'll be a packed. It'll be a packed ground in this. And you know the signs when you know you're 1-0 down, and you know you're going to come away disappointed when the goalkeeper does this. We've all been there, football fans, haven't we? Now, I would take the piss out of the pitch, but I know I would take the piss out of the pitch, but I know full well that Valley Parade will look like that come February again. You know, it's like as we come to near the end of the season, near the end of the season, our players will look more likely trying to mud wrestle instead of trying to play football. So I cannot take the piss out of the pitch, because our pitch will probably look even worse. Yes, breaking news. Tommy done on the Terrorism Act. Yes, is it true, Alistair, that he's been given bail? I have heard that he hasn't, and I have heard that he has. So, did we all watch the Hope Not 8 documentary on Channel 4? If not, should do. Yes, I haven't actually, but the city has Central Park, yes. Is that Wigan's ground? Or you should clog Dancy Raver, you should. So you've not heard anything. I have heard that he has been given bail, and I have heard that he hasn't, so I don't know, but yes, we all know, we've all been in that situation when, you know, you're losing, and then the last opportunity to score, the goalkeeper, it dribbles towards the keeper, and then he throws himself on the floor, does a triple salto pirouette, then spends 10 minutes laying on the pitch. So we've all been there. So hopefully we can pick up another 3 points, but we live in hope. This guy is genius. Clearly he's got a bit of a megaphone on the tube, and let's just say it's just hilariously funny. Let's start by welcoming in the weekend as we come near to the end.
If you see something suspicious, see it, say it, and the police will sort it. There is no smoking on the platform, no smoking on the platform.
This is a Piccadilly line service to...
No smoking on the platform. No smoking on the platform.
You love it, yeah? Nice one, dude.
There is no drinking alcohol on the train, no cans of beer allowed on the train, yeah, hide it in your pocket, hide it in your pocket.
The hell? That's pretty strict of them, isn't it? Yeah, no, I'm not strict with it.
I wouldn't listen to him if I was you.
Mind the gap.
I do apologise. I just thought he was just genius. It made me chuckle when I saw it. Now, I'll say this will be the final one. Final one, because we're coming near to the end. I remember last week. Oh, no. You too, my friend Simon says, have a good weekend. I'll say this will be the last one. I remember we did a bit of a comic strip. I can't remember what it was about, where it was from, but I think it might have been something to do with Harry Enfield's sketch or something or whatever. No, I think it might have been something to do with shooting stars. And somebody mentioned, have you seen? Asked me, have you seen the On the Butter sketch by Harry Enfield? I had actually, and I remember watching it, and I managed to find it. My God, proper text the rise of how bad it was. But in them days, you couldn't get away with it. But it just highlights how, I suppose, sexist and horrendously near the knuckle. But Harry Enfield's sketch on what you call On the Buses. Enjoy, my friend.
Gordon Bennett, Stan, look at the state of that lot. Put your foot down, mate. Oh, crikey, Stan, you've turned down Fat Street. Look at the crumbly down here, it's all fat. Oh, my days. Oh, turn left here. No, wait a minute. Oh, too late. Oh, you turned down the right. Oh, dear. Dream on, darling. Wonderful stuff. I mean, omnibuses was getting audiences of 30, 40 trillion a week. And the reason was, not only was it wonderfully funny, it was also wonderfully tender. Cool. So far today, it's been non-stop revolting, Crumpet. But you look like a raving nympho. Where are you going, Marla?
I go all the way.
I bet you do. Wonderful stuff, absolutely wonderful. Jack and Stan had this wonderful chemistry. Wakey, wakey! Oh, my God. Poor you, Stanley. Having a have nookie with an ugly old bird like Norris. No. That's put me right on me sausage. She was a wonderful actress. Women aren't funny anymore, but she was wonderful. And I wrote her some wonderful lines.
I'm going to drive over me mother's.
God, women drivers, don't get me started on that.
You ugly old bag. Why can't you look more like her?
Oh, Stan, you are hurtful.
Go easy on her, Stan. After all, she is nearly human. Oh, wonderful times, wonderful people. All passed away now, sadly. Wonderful funerals, wonderful speeches. I can't wait to join them up there in the great big comedy bus station in the sky. All we need now is Blokey to turn up.
Well, get you back, lad.
Up yours, Blokey. I thought we won the Second World War.
Oh dear, it just highlights when you watch. I remember watching it as a kid, and I actually find some funny bits and a bit saucy, but it just highlights. You just think, oh my God. If I watched it now, I'd probably just cringe. But yeah, Blakey, I'll get you, Battler. Was it the Harry Enfield football match? I wondered if it was. That made me chuckle. That was hilariously funny. But anyway, I do hope you enjoyed the Friday Frolic, even though we did have to suffer the excruciatingly painful circle of doom, and but we managed to get through it. I just want to say massive thank you to my moderators. You were absolutely brilliant tonight, and you've been absolutely top class, and not sure I'd have got through it without you. Absolutely brilliant. So I'll say a massive round of applause and a massive thank you to my moderators, and I also, because this is a bit. I always feel a little bit deflated because it's come to an end. It's usually my favourite part of the week. I just have a good, hilarious giggle and a laugh, and it gets me sorted for the weekend. But as I say, massive thank you to my moderators, and yeah, no worries. Thank you, Joe. Thanks for moderating. Really, yeah. Don't worry about it, Alistair. You know, you've been absolutely top draw for me tonight, and you and Joe and Mad Monk been absolutely brilliant. I'm glad you enjoyed it. God bless this. Yeah, I've got the feeling now because I could hear you giggling in the room outside of me. So don't think you saw it earlier, but Tommy 10 Names was put on remand, not bailed. So he was put on remand. Thank God for that. But anyway, I just want to say, have a lovely weekend, my friends, and thanks for stopping by, and thanks for enjoying my stream, even though we did have our problems. But thank you. Good night. Have a lovely weekend, and hopefully see you soon in another Friday Frolic. Take care, my friends. Bye-bye. Just bye.